Alright, I think we are live now. So, good evening everyone. Yesterday I had some problems with streaming this game. As it turns out, streaming this game in full screen can crash your graphics driver, which was a shock to me, but after small research by Google, thank you Google, I found out if I play this game borderless, as in like windowed mode, I can actually survive streaming this game without any crashes. So without further ado, let's start this game. So I'm gonna go for a Guardian, since my build is mainly gonna focus on strength and to be as efficient as possible. This is a good portrait. Let's go with this one. So let's go with recommends. Actually, no. I'm just gonna go for, yeah, it's 16 on strength, 12 on dexterity, and 16 again on constitution. It's gonna be very important for us if we want to have some implants or just in general like have like a lot of HP for our character. As for the rest of the stats, I would put 2 each. I think that's gonna be a good start. At least I'm not gonna have a minus on either of them. So yeah, it's good. So for skills, however, I'm probably gonna put some to persuade. Street injury is like important for healing and other attributes, but persuade is really like where the game is at for having like so many like choices in the dialogue. It's gonna like open up a lot of opportunities throughout the game. As for feats, I would pick the 2 weapon fighting, since it's pretty much like given that you will need to like use 2 weapons, and it's gonna be double the damage. And once we complete this tree, we can have absolutely no drawbacks of having like 2 weapons, because I will eventually like pick a prestige class that essentially is going to give me a bonus if I use 2 weapons, so that's pretty good for us. Alright, so a name. Very creative here again. Okay, so I think we can start now.
Primary power.
I had to disable all the cinematics for this game, since for some reason it doesn't show up. Like it plays on my screen, but whenever OBS catches it on recordings, it just doesn't display anything. So I'm gonna go with this.
Proximity alert. The Ebon Hawk is adrift in space after a terrible battle. Most of its crew are dead or dying. You lie in the medical wing in critical condition. You won't survive long without medical attention.
Well, after seeing like how I look like right now, that's
Main
given.
power must be restored in order to bring the engines online and dock with the nearby Paragas mining station for much needed repairs. Your fate and that of the Ebon Hawk depend upon T3M4, a lone astromech
Awesome.
droid. Return to this location at any time to skip the prologue.
We are not skipping the prologue. We are continuing.
Press W-A.
Oh boy.
You have new.
I think I'm gonna disable the oh, okay. I guess like I can't disable them.
This room contains a plasteel cylinder and the communications console. To target, you will come across many.
Communication console damage minimal functionality, primary functions offline. Oh yeah, let's repair it. Open the containment door. Yeah, so as like my connection with this game, I played this probably the most in my life. Right now Steam tells me that I have 300 hours on this game alone. So I can clearly say that I do enjoy this game quite a lot. It's just, it's been like maybe 2 years since I last played through. It's just like, it just sucks, man. It's so good once you get to the heavier dialogues in the game. Especially with that special someone who will come up in the game. Right now I'm trying to find like which door I need to open first in the garage. Oh, okay. Display security downstairs. Because I do remember that I have to gather materials to rebuild the ship. Or at least like not rebuild, but like make it functional to reach the space station. But gotta look for the outer door. Yes. I'm gonna leave it like this.
If you need help exploring the Ebon Hawk, access the
I think I have to
This is the main hole.
get my main character first. Okay. Lockpick works well enough.
This is the medical room.
Medpack.
The med pack can stabilize your condition.
Your condition. It doesn't tell me my name. Damn you.
Success.
Success. Ah. Excellent.
This lift would
Yeah, that lift would get me to the top of the ship, but first have to go to the storage for a second companion.
This is the talking to other Note that some responses may influence how other characters react to you, so choose carefully.
Oh my.
3CFD is malfunctioning. You can fix him by using a part. Luckily, you have already found one. If you repair
Alright.
success, you have fixed 3CFD.
I have a feeling that they have like a separate dialogue for the option when I wouldn't have one part. This is the type of game that would invite. Okay.
3CFD is now a member of your party. To change which party member you control,
Can I
click on
open
the
this?
portrait or press tab.
Yes.
Later, use
Excellent.
the keycard you found.
Let's equip this armor. Okay.
To open the locker. The impact armor in this locker can. The lock on this container is too difficult to open. You'll need to use a security. If you encounter
Of
a difficult
course,
lock
it
on
gives
a
me
container
a
or
security
door,
tunneler.
you can use a security tunneler on it to improve your chance of opening the
Alright,
lock.
computer sparking
Use the
apart.
security tunneler
That's
to open the high
helpful,
security cylinder.
since I will definitely use one. I think this is the part where I would need to like go solo. Yes. I'm gonna keep one character here and navigate the other
This
one.
is the main hole.
Close out, open inner. Alright,
This is the
garage.
These sparking wires connect to the trigger mechanism for the inner and outer garage doors.
Do nothing. Okay.
This is the starboard dormitory. This blast door is when the Ebon Hawk has landed.
Okay.
This is where you will go. This is the garage.
I don't seem to be able to get anything out of this
This
place.
is a workbench. Because of the damage to the Ebon Hawk, use the workbench.
Use the workbench. I don't believe I have. Oh, it costs too much. I don't believe that I even have to Do I have to? No. I don't believe I have to like do anything in that area. It's enough if I just go to the roof and fix everything. Doors, close it. Open the other one. Look out. Okay.
You can use this lift to take you to the outside of the Ebon Hawk.
Oh, I'm taking that.
This is the starboard side of the Ebon Hawk.
Love hatches.
This
Parts.
open hatch has some parts that will be useful for getting main power restored.
Engine parts.
This busted engine port has some needed parts for the Ebon Hawk's hyperdrive.
Are there any
Take the
more that I
parts
can
here
get?
back down below to get main power restored.
I think that's all. Okay, let's check the other side.
The bubbles ahead indicate mines that you've approach mines carefully. They will blow up and damage you if you get too close. You can recover.
It's just game is giving me way too many details about what this skill is about. Seemingly I have the same demolition skill on both of the droids, so I'm just gonna get one, get the other one.
You can use the explosive device in this missile to blow open the engine room door inside the Ebon Hawk. This will give you access to the hyperdrive.
Oh boy. Okay, that's the way. So it's a bit clunky to... the movement is a bit clunky. Like, I haven't picked up on it when I first played this game. But after playing like so many other games, it's like so obvious. Go inside. Alright, so I have the frag mine. That should be enough for me to open the door. Yes.
This is the engine room. The port engine is shut down, but appears intact. The starboard engine is badly damaged. Fixing it won't be possible until after docking with the
Okay, I guess I only have to
hyperdrive is suffering badly.
entering
You
Paragus.
won't be able to make the jump to light speed until it is fully repaired. However, you should be able to rig the hyperdrive to restore primary power and bring the port engine online. Success. The hyperdrive is online. Primary power is restored. Only one step remains. Return to the galaxy map in the cockpit and travel to Paragus.
It's kind of nice touch from the developers that like you can either do this entire like training session or just skip it. But my problem is that Paragus itself is kind of like a tutorial to the game itself. Oh no, I'm continuing. Oh god, why did I do that? Paragus is kind of like a bigger tutorial level. Once you...
show the door to the storage compartment is being sliced. There is someone or something else alive on the Ebon Hawk.
What could it be? Well, that was unfortunate. Moving on. Oh yeah, basically like Paragus is just like another training level for this game. Which is not a problem, but because at least like you control your main character, but... Awaken. It's the dawn of the new day, and you have things to do. Suddenly our systems go online. It's almost like it was meant to happen like this. But yeah, we're finally here. And we're exploring. It's locked, but we can loot some stuff around here. Well, my options are pretty limited right now. Let's see the logs.
Still examining the survivors of the damaged freighter. Looks like it goes by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Only one survivor, placed in the KotOR tank for recovery. The carbon scoring on the vessel suggests it was in a battle, but no indication of who fired on it. Couldn't get much from the Nava computer. I'm surprised the ship was able to make it inside the Paragus asteroid field without the asteroid drift chart. Aside from the lone survivor, we recovered an old woman. No life signs. There was also a protocol droid and a utility droid on board. Sent both down to maintenance while security sorts through the other items on the ship. It looks like the utility droid, a T3 unit, was able to get the ship working enough to get to the colony. We're prepared to... Could be a Jedi, but we won't know for sure until we get the transmission back from the Republic. If the survivor is a Jedi, that would account for the recovery rate. But I'm more concerned that a Jedi here may cause trouble. Some of the miners, especially KotOR, are already Another accident today. A detonation in the ventilation tunnels. If the lockdown measures hadn't activated, the whole facility
lockdown
would have been
measures.
Got most of the engine to the KotOR tanks in time, but the rest had to go to the morgue.
What a time to play
One
this
of
game.
the wounded said a droid caused the accident, but we couldn't get any specifics. Miners about the Jedi. A number of the droids have been acting oddly, and not even memory wipes seem to be fixing the problem. There was a detonation in another one of the fuel vents the droids were working in. We deactivated several of them and moved them down to maintenance, but we're still treating the plasma burns. That cuts us down to almost half shifts, and with the droids malfunctioning, we may not make the Telos shipment for this month. Fortunately, the detonation didn't cause a lockdown.
Warning. There has been a fuel detonation in the mining tunnels. Emergency lockdown commencing. All personnel report
Wait,
to
is she moving her mouth?
and prepare for
She does.
countermeasures.
Oh man.
No! If the ventilation systems are malfunctioning, evacuate the medical bay! Everyone evacuate!
But yeah, basically like something happened at the space station and we have to find out what exactly happened and how did we get here. Being treated by plasma burns. Minimal life signs. Yeah, we will eventually need to get like a computer spike. But as of now, I think that's all we can do other than opening the morgue. And maybe the one that is behind us. Yeah. Okay. Journal. Progress. But survived. You should try to find out who administered the treatment and why they tried to kill you. And we shall find out. Awaken in the medical. You should find out where you are and how you got here. Alright. Some med packs. Excellent. Some chemicals. Although it's unlikely I'm gonna do too many of things with those, since my character isn't like built for around that. It's more for combat. Just gotta check one thing real quick. Gather materials to rebuild the ship, or at least like not rebuild, but like make it functional. Alright, we are still running. Okay, I just had to make sure after the catastrophe that was yesterday. I just can't be sure if I am I gonna get cut or not. Okay, a plasma torch. And this lady is rising. Why is that, I ask?
Find what you're looking for amongst the dead?
Oh, I sure did. But I think I heard your voice in the KotOR tank.
Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. It may be I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one. Or perhaps you have been trained for such things.
Yeah, I slept too long. You looked dead when I came in.
Close to death. Yes, closer than I'd like. You have the smell of the KotOR tank about you. How do you feel? I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine. Tell me, do you recall what happened?
Last thing I remember, I was on board a Republic ship, the Harbinger. What happened to it? Oh, I'm the one asking the question. How did I get here?
Your ship was attacked. You were the only survivor. A result of your Jedi training, no doubt.
I am no longer a member of the Jedi Order.
Your stance, your walk tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down.
Yeah, we have a troubled history. That's about right.
So it would seem. Keep your past and let us focus on the now.
I agree. What's going on? How did we get here?
I do not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek. The ship we arrived in must still be in this place. We should recover it and leave.
Care to explain why you're in such a hurry?
We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up the hunt so easily. Without transport, weapons, and information, they will find us easy prey indeed.
We'll see. There's got to be someone left alive around here.
You may wish to extend your search to some clothes.
Oh, I agree with that.
First impressions.
The patients in the med bay were killed by a lethal dose of sedatives. Any idea how it happened?
I do not know. Why did they spare you?
I am trained to resist poisons of the body.
Indeed, a Jedi trance could protect one from such poisons. In fact, the sedatives may have been intended to keep you unconscious for some time. It would prove lethal to those untrained in such techniques, however. Most curious.
You seem to know a lot about Jedi techniques.
And so do you. Perhaps we could discuss it at length later on. Now we have other concerns, among them finding our new enemy.
Yeah, I will return after this bullshit.
I leave you to the explorations of this place. Here I will remain and attempt to center myself.
Okay, so we pretty much have a weapon, so we can get out of here. We can equip it. Right.
Emergency lockdown overridden.
I think this is one of those one-hit weapons in the game, at least against these enemies that I'm gonna face. So yeah, let's go. That wasn't too bad. I don't even know if there's any difference since you can only do one type of attack, at least according, like, from what I see from the animation itself. So does it really matter, like, which one do I pick? I don't think so. I need to use this desk yet. Camera. Okay. Security storage. Oh, that's the next room. Locations. Holding cells. Yeah, that's Eton. Emergency hatch to the mining tunnels, and that's it. There are some security recordings, but I do not need to like see them yet. They do not play much part yet, so.
Be careful.
Oh yeah,
There is
there's
much
a
energy in
cutscene
the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives.
What?
Can you not sense them? Reach out. Cast aside your sight. Cast aside what you see, and instead reach out with your perceptions. Ah, you can feel them. The droids you cannot perceive, but the small oscillations of energy, that you can feel, echoing outwards.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful. More XP to me. And I think I'm dropping a grenade on them.
Ah, you hear it. It is fate, but it is there.
Is this the level up I expect? Yeah.
It is the...
It's time to finally get some force powers.
Do not turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you. Come. I shall guide you down the familiar paths. You will need it if we are to survive and escape this place.
Yeah. Wonderful. Finally do a level up. How many points? Oh, I only get one. Well, that's fine. I'll put it to persuade. Don't need that. As for the rest, I'm not so sure about it. I'm not putting anything for ranged since I'm gonna go for the melee. But oh, there's one like this. Empathy. That also increases my treat injury. One. Awareness is pretty much the most useless skill, by the way, in this game, so I'm not gonna put any points into that. Toughness is a good one, but it's retroactive, so it doesn't even matter like whenever I use it or not. Now, there isn't much point in like buying any of these force powers yet, since I'm a guardian, so I have like one of the lowest skills for these powers to be effective. So it's either force or valor. Valor, yeah, that's gotta be what I'm gonna go with. It's just perfect. It's so overpowered. A stealth field generator. That's something I can never use. So that's fine. Activate it. And what it does is that it gives me like buffs for all my stats. So that's just crazy. Oh, I'm gonna farm some XP. Can you believe that these guys destroyed an entire station? Because I can't. Okay, there's some containers here. I think this is gonna be another med pack. Yeah. so let's see what we have here. Activate the switch. Log out. Brings a lot of thought into this. Like, this is like so much more different than how the first game began. It was like way more action packed and less of these philosophical questions in like a moment of peril.
But you have nothing to fear from this one, and he might yet prove useful.
Oh, I bet.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniform while I've been in here?
Who are you?
Atten Rand. Excuse me if I don't shake hands. The field only causes mild electrical burns.
Care to explain why you're locked up?
Security claimed I violated some trumped-up regulation or another. Take it up with them if you want. But they stopped listening to me shortly before they stopped feeding me. Now that's criminal.
What is this place?
Oh, you mean you didn't come here on purpose? I'm shocked. I really am. This slice of paradise is the Paragus mining facility. The only supplier of shipping-grade engine fuel to this corner of the galaxy. Paragus fuel plays havoc with engines, but it gets the job done. As long as you don't mind the toxic byproducts and trying to mine it without blowing yourself up. Yeah, this asteroid belt is one giant minefield. One proton torpedo, even a stray blaster shot, can start an explosion that'll make the one that shattered Paragus 2 look like a kid's pop detonator. You know the planet with the exposed core you saw flying in? That hole was caused by the first mining station that tried to siphon fuel off the planet. Blew a whole chunk out of the planet and set it drifting out here in a big clump of fuel-cooled asteroids. So the miners drill the asteroids now, not the planet's surface. That's why they don't allow blasters here. Can't trust a miner jumped up on Juma Juice not to fire one stray shot that'll turn the entire colony into a thermal detonator.
What a safe environment to work in.
You mean before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means. Where there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange has posted for live Jedi. Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting.
Then there was some big explosion, and then I was sitting here for a long time, waiting for some half-naked miner to show up and ask a bunch of questions.
There's a bounty on captured Jedi? Why?
Don't know much about it. Maybe the exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise me if the bounty's pretty high. The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago.
Some good
Word is
expository
there's not even a
dialogue,
Jedi
just so
Council
we can
anymore,
be
but who knows?
in line with the story.
Yeah, Revan, Malik, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been?
Yeah, I've been away.
Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malik turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course.
Now this is a moment where the game pretty much asks you like, what is the backstory of this world? It's kind of like a cool addition because like, even though it doesn't really matter that much like which one you choose, that like the previous protagonist was a good or a bad person, the end is going to be the same, but like you will get like different dialogue options depending like what the answer is here. So right now I'm gonna select that Revan was a good guy.
I guess. There's rumors all over space about it. All I heard was Revan returned to pay Malik back for trying to kill her in the first place. You know, women.
And now you can even select like if Revan was a man or a woman. I kind of miss like these options from modern games.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I just hoped Revan was a woman.
Oh, whoa. Oh, alright.
Look, no offense or anything, but your weird half-naked interrogation isn't my idea. Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking about. Where is everybody?
Oh, he actually caught on, finally.
The miners can't all be gone. But if they are... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times.
Let's listen to the plan.
This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this cell security field and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship and then we fly out of here. No, should I? Maybe you should ask one of those miners who was thinking about selling you to the exchange. Maybe they wanted to drug
Yeah,
you up
I
for transport.
don't have
You
enough
think about that?
persuade skills, so... I was just asking, not accusing you.
So you done interrogating me, or...?
I trust you.
Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console. Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep... Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here, and suddenly you've got access to the
I think I'm
communication
back
system
now?
from the inside.
For some reason, like there was like a
Console's ours.
bug.
Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency
Pure
lockdown.
Bizarre.
Hey,
Oh, what a phrase. What's wrong?
this system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean.
Strange. Who could have done something like this? Is that part of the lockdown? I swear, like the word lockdown is like so fucking cursed by now. I just I just see it and I can't stop laughing.
No. Someone tried to lock down this whole level tight, and leave us here. Trapped. I doubt it. All we have is communications back. For all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us.
Can we contact the miners?
We could try. But if the miners were trying to trap you up here and probably kill you, why not call them and chat? I don't think a friendly call is going to wake them up.
Yeah, let's try to reach
Be my
someone.
guest.
Comm system. Dormitories. No response. Hang bay. D3. I need another route off this level. Or we are trapped up on the administration level. Can you unlock the turbo lifts? I would pick the second one. Yeah. So there's gonna be like a small back and forth between like the two groups. Well, T3 and the Exile in Aten, and we have to find a way off this rock. Okay, I think that's all the equipment we have for now. Right, so and Since T3 has the shock arm, it's a weapon that has unlimited uses. I would say this is like the most OP item for this droid. Just for the reason that like you can use it as many times as you want. Although it has very little use after Progress, but I think like there's like a small section on a different planet where you have to use T3, so maybe that, but otherwise not much use for it. Door. Fuel depot. Plenty of looting to be done. I just love this angle. Alright. Let's see a corpse. Purge the fuel lines, and I found 3 sonic charges attached inside. I checked the work logs, and only droids have been in the area. I tried to contact security as soon as I found the explosive, but I can't seem to get a signal through. I've removed the remote detonators, and I will keep the explosives on me until I can put them in a secure hold in the hangar. Well, I guess like you held them way too close to yourself. Something. But yeah, like, the story's coming along. Like, there has been a lot of sabotage on the station, and nobody knows what happened. Oh no. Does this mean I can't use my shock? Yeah. No. Yeah. I think that was enough. Yes. Irreparable damage. Well, it was nice knowing you. What do you know? It's our ship. Repaired as this. Gotta check these foot lockers. Hangar controls. Several parts have been removed from this console, and the laser drill has been used in a number of subsystems. Oh my. Replace the missing parts. Alright. Have 3 computer spikes and 1 part, so I think that's gonna be enough. Gotta check the logs though. We got ongoing freighters need orbital drift charts transmitted from Progress in order to navigate the asteroid field surrounding the mining colony. Transmit, yeah, that won't work, right? Yeah, the Navi computer is locked. Okay. Let's check the first log.
A lot of cargo from the Jedi's freighter is being stored in the secure cargo hold until we can pass it through the quarantine checks. And as requested, all the programming spikes the security officers wanted confiscated have been stored there as well, to prevent further system compromises. The secure cargo hold should be safe enough. If anybody wants to break into it, they'd have to blow it open with explosives.
Right.
Who ordered the mining droids to repair that Jedi's freighter? I come in here off the work shift and 3 of them are repairing the port stabilizers? Did I miss something? Is somebody planning a trip? Because orders were that the hangar was to be locked down ever since that Jedi arrived. I don't know what maintenance is up to, but you can't just commission droids for repairs, especially with half the work shifts in medbay. Those droids are needed to repair the ventilation tunnels before gas builds up to terminal levels. It's not like that ship can go anywhere anyway. Even if it had the asteroid orbital drift charts, the navicomputer's been voice-locked. You'd need the access code to get it spaceworthy. Considering this latest droid commission breach, I'm putting the droids in this section under the control of the current dock officer. If anyone sends commands to the mining droids outside this terminal, I'll be forced to enact full override.
Huh. Another strange event happening.
Looks like those droids got the vessel working again, even with all the damage it had taken. The maintenance officer still won't admit ordering them to fix it, though. Regardless, still no luck accessing the navicomputer. It's been voice-locked. Maybe by one of the corpses we found on the ship, like the old woman. If so, that ship isn't going anywhere, unless we rip out the navicomputer and put in a new one. If we even had one to spare. The only reason someone would lock their navicomputer is to hide their astrogation charts. Someone didn't want us to know where that ship was going, or where it had been. Only smugglers do that, or someone with something to hide. That Jedi's got a lot of questions to answer.
It's kind of like the coolest aspect of the game, because like the first game was pretty good. That's kind of like an understatement. It was like outstanding. So to like know like what the hell happened with the ship, because like the characters that we know well from the first game, like most of them didn't really make it to this game. So what just happened? It would be a great deal. Could go to the fuel depot to open the next passage. But yeah, it's kind of like intriguing to like learn more like what actually happened in this universe. Because as I see it, the first game was like really trying to like do like a happy end to the story itself. Of course, like they wanted more money, but how do you continue a story like that? It's very difficult. Let's see, it's the same grade. This doesn't have, yeah, okay. Need the next level for it. Oh my game lags just when I look at that huge scenery. But if I just look for like the smaller detail, like let's limit it down here, it's okay. Like I get my constant 60 FPS. This, oh god no. Thankfully it's not that big of a deal, but I got it's quite something. So access remote cameras. Fuel line. This fuel line deposits fuel into docked starships. Since no ship are currently docked at the Paragus facility, it is sealed. There appears to be some sort of metal case lying inside the fuel pipe, but you can't make it out. Maintenance level. Well, that's pretty much like where we have been. Droid maintenance area has been sealed by the emergency lockdown. However, new programming has been introduced to keep it from opening even if lockdown is cancelled. Well, that's great. There's no way to shut down the field that you can see from this terminal. This means anyone inside the facility is effectively cut off from the hangar bay. Well, let's go on something. Within the past day, a series of explosions within the Paragus mining facility has enacted an emergency lockdown. Someone has sliced into the fuel depot computers and created a phantom fuel leak, sealing off the area with force fields to contain the blast. Oh, hi bears. It's nice to see you. Well, yeah, quite a lot of hacking has occurred in this sector. Oh, who could have been this jerk?
So is that stupid droid of yours gonna come through or not?
Give him a little more time.
Well, I'm beginning to think I was a little better off in my...
The timing was perfect there.
Hey, what do you know? A little cargo cylinder came through.
It looks like it, but it's strange he didn't contact us on the comm.
If he got the turbo lifts working, then we should have a clear run to the hangar.
Turbo lifts are locked down manually, so I had him open the emergency hatch.
Wait. Don't tell me you're taking that hatch down into the mining tunnels. Are you? That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except superheated rock and collapsed blast tunnels. You'd be an idiot to go down there.
Maybe, but it's the only way out. It's better I risk my life than yours. That's just too nice. Okay, I'm gonna go with the first option. I have to play like the good guy here.
You're either really brave or really crazy, or both.
Alright, I'll try to monitor things from up here. Now be careful. The only thing moving down there is likely to be mining droids, so don't be playing hero too hard. Not that I care what happens to you or anything. I just don't want to be trying to get
Not
off
that I
this
care
ride by
about you,
myself.
bucka. Got it. See you soon.
I'll keep the comm link open. I may be able to guide you through the tunnels from up here. Don't know if the signal will hold if you get too deep, though.
Ooh. Sex jokes. Does it have like any logs here? Oh hi! The raptor in the top hat. It depends on my mood. Like, today, I'm okay with Mark. Or Mark. Whatever you like. 3 days ago.
Tracked the freighter in. Was lucky it wasn't destroyed when it drifted into the asteroid field. Not much on board. One damaged droid, one annoying protocol droid, and a lot of bodies. Sent the survivor to medical and the others to the morgue. Didn't recognize the ship's ID code, so we transmitted it to the Republic for some answers. Questioned the protocol droid about what happened. Says his master, survivor I guess, was on the Republic ship the Harbinger, and it suffered an engine failure. He says the survivor was a passenger on the vessel and a Jedi. If so, that's gonna mean true.
The Irish Hungarian. I don't know about that. I do know that like the area of like current Hungary was once occupied by the ancestor of the Irish, but nothing beyond that. I actually have like doubts about it. Like how the hell did they reach out this much? I guess it was the potatoes, but who knows?
Inventoried the bodies and cargo. Everything matches the protocol droid story. The T3 droid had seized up, so we left it in storage and standby mode. Don't know what code will access it. It could be it's voice activated for all we know.
Oh hey,
Put the protocol droid to work
JJ
in maintenance,
Checker.
starting the mining droid
Chica?
comm routines and getting the
Yeah,
recognition
am I
of
pronouncing that right?
and to shut him up. When the survivor recovers, hopefully we can get him off this station before there's a...
Hopefully get off the station. What?
Trouble between the work shifts. Word of the Jedi leaked out and the miners aren't sure what to do with him. headquarters mining crew wanted us to collect the credits for the bounty the Exchange has on Jedi, but I put a stop to that. We're contacting Telos to get the Republic records on the Jedi, but nobody will know word from the Republic. But I've sent out a broadcom transmission for records on this Ebon Hawk. One of the miners said it used to be a smuggling vessel. Accidents are making the miners restless. The droid behavior course must be undergoing some kind of binary decay.
Binary decay.
Real live droid's mining laser, and those blasts in the ventilation tunnels nearly caused the whole facility to blow.
Like Parangas is kind of cool. Like the first time, or like it's been like a time since like someone last played this section of the game, because it's like kind of like a very sinister like detective story. You like slowly putting the pieces together. Like what the fuck happened on this station? But once you're over this section, it's just like such a drag that like I have to go from this tunnel to the other one. Oh, will this ever end? Well, like when you're like not aware of like what the hell is.
Can you read me?
There's a lot of static.
There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion.
But yeah, like, when you're like not aware of like how exactly the story played out on this like section of the game, it's okay.
Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down.
Space catchers. Keep it to yourself. Okay. I'm okay if like he bothers me now, because it's been a while since I've seen this dialogue. Ah, finally, clothes.
Find the emergency supplies? About time. The whole half-naked Jedi thing was wearing a little thin. There may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids. The survey gear is designed to spot and protect you against sonic mines, and the safety harness can be helpful if you try to disarm them.
That's pretty cool. Got it. Let's go.
Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals, and if the numbers are right, you're sharing those tunnels with a battalion of mining droids.
I can handle it. Just get me out of here.
There's gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access shaft. That'd be governing intelligence.
Okay. And let's equip these items. Vibroblade is okay. Yeah. I don't know how much sense does it make to have demolition skills, since my character is not having any of that yet. Does it add up? I totally forgot. I do know that I can see the mine since I have awareness to that level, but it doesn't really use the skill, because once you memorize like where the mines are, then there's no point in putting any. Equip main shaft. The exile out. Ooh. Okay. That was close. But yeah, right now my repair skills are absolutely zero, so there's no point in repairing this droid. You can just save up those parts for some better part of the game. And I think I'm gonna use a grenade. Oh god, that was pretty useless. Okay. Oh god. Is that it? There's like a button for like switching weapons. It's not we. It's not that. Swear to God, like that. There's a button for that too. Game. Switch weapon. H. Okay. Seemingly have like better hits on. I have become low, but yeah. Seemingly I have like a better hit with this stupid ass stick than any other weapon I have. Oh, that's a lot of grenades. I got rid of that little fucker now, so it's not gonna repair any of these robots anymore. Felt like the game is like pretty easy so far, but on the other hand I realized that like, hey, yeah, I put like so many points into
Hey, watch out.
what is that, strength and constitution, so it's kind of difficult to fail this part. I will do that. Okay. Excellent. I can have a new level. Yeah, put treat injury. And let's see. I'm gonna put some toughness. Yeah, that's gonna be good. More HP is always good. Yeah, and speed. Perfect. Oh god. I'm turning those effects off. Advanced. Has 4 speed effects, okay. I don't want any of that motion below my screen. I think I should use a grenade on this. Alright. Super effective. Does it have any loot? Yeah. Okay.
You're getting close to something big. I think it's the main ventilation shaft. If so, the central droid controller should be somewhere nearby. Keep an eye out for it. I'm picking up a lot of droids. If you still have a mining energy shield, I'd equip it and switch it on.
I just so happen to have some. There aren't just mining droids down here. There are sensibles too.
Sensor? It must be maintenance drones. Watch out. Those little pests will try to repair the mining droids if you don't gun them down first. Still, it's odd they're still active after the explosion. They don't have the same shielding as the mining droids. Be careful of those droids. I don't like this.
I'm gonna check something real quick. Alright, so wait, we're still running. I'm gonna rush to the center of this place. I'm getting like Phantom Menace flashbacks from these visuals. Yeah. I don't exactly remember what can I do with this console without computer skills. Call up droid command. I have very few spikes left, so I wouldn't go for that. Shut down containment fields. That's something I definitely need to use. Unidentified holo recording camera. Okay. Let's see what it has.
Everybody here? What's up, Kurta? We're supposed to be sinking fuel siphons into the 3218 asteroid shelf right now.
Forget the siphons. You know that survivor they pulled from the freighter? One of the miners said they served with him on Malachor 5.
Malachor 5? So he's one of the survivors. Or worse, a Mandalorian. So what?
Not a survivor, idiot. He's one of the Jedi from Malachor 5.
If he's one of the Jedi, hell, we can't have him walking around here. I don't know what he'll do.
I thought all the Jedi were wiped out in the Civil War, weren't they?
Guess they missed one. But it gets better. I did some checking, and that bounty on Nar Shaddaa is still live.
What? You want to sell the Jedi to the exchange? Kurta, have you been chewing spice?
Look, you know how big that bounty is? That Jedi's our ticket off this rock.
Kurta, there's no way the officers will go for that. They'll lock us up for sure.
Then we'll improvise.
Someone has taken care to delete the record of this camera being placed. It is not listed on any of the work records. Okay, let's check. Well, that's just where we came in. Okay, that's the other hatch. I'm not gonna waste any spikes on this shit. I'm just gonna like destroy all of these. What those spikes are pretty much is that like if you want to like hack a computer in this game, you will need to use one of them, or computer parts. Computer parts is more like for like repairing droids or like the computer itself. But yeah, it's not yet time to waste it on this. Yeah, this weapon is just so effective here. Yes, you hold on to them. The banking clammers do not short sell. Exactly. It's nice to have like a fellow. Yeah. I bet like these stocks are gonna go high. Buggy game mechanics 2004. They're gonna sell like hotcakes. That's bad, huh? Hello, Francine. It's nice to see you here. Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic 1 is pretty much the same game. Except, I would say it's less confusing as this one. I would say like KotOR 1 is much more linear than this game. Right. I think I finished up off everyone. Yeah, I did. Actually, let's save. Like, I haven't saved at all. We have been quite embarrassing to die.
Picking up some strange readings. What are you doing down there?
I'm just having fun, you know. What kind of readings?
The containment fields in the mining tunnels are
surface of the asteroid through the tunnels.
Yeah, I too find it very useful, like how much more emphasis there are, like the different skills you can equip. Because I think the first game you only pretty much had to focus on persuade, and then you can like pass like all those security checks. Of course, like the same could like be said here, but like I think you get like bonuses if you can like do some other skills as well. Of course, at the expense that like you're not gonna get good at anything. You're gonna be like jack of all trades by the end. How much farther is the exit?
I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is gonna get real hot, real soon.
Oh my. It's an advertisement for the Ram Ranch. Okay. Now I can sleep peacefully. Oh yeah, definitely, repair is like one of those skills that you will definitely need if you want HK. Miss. Not this time. Yeah, I can't open it up because I don't have any demolition skills, so... I think we're halfway done with this planet. Ram Jam Ram. Oh, these memes are already invading this stream. I have no regrets, though. And we are about to see the best character in this game. At least, like, one of the versions of him.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master. Provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance?
Where is HK? How do you know me? I'm not human.
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous Master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
I would say that, like, after Kreia, of course, because like she has the best dialogue in this game, HK is probably like the second. These lines, they just kill people. They're just that good. Who was your previous master?
Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination. Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation.
For a droid, you don't take orders too well. Now tell me what happened.
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship.
How come I don't remember any of this?
Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master.
Oh yeah, I bet like you have heard a lot about HK-47. He's pretty much like C-3PO, except he's not pussy. And kills A lot of people, that's his main programming. Incapacitated.
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken.
Stupor?
Most curious.
It's been a while since I've seen that word. Maybe you explain the stupor part.
Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. I meant to communicate
This is getting more confusing.
you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked securely in the cargo hold. Clarification, by locked. I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be
Is it malfunctioning or am I just retarded? How did I get from the Harbinger to here?
Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master. Explanation? I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty.
Bounty?
Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress.
You seemingly speak a lot of cargo base getting breached at Ram Ranch. The Ebon Hawk came from here?
Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer.
Yeah, like they locked this guy up. He lost memory of these events, and then we have this creepy droid who speaks nonsense continuously. Something doesn't feel right. And we look like the guy from Empire. What happened once the ship arrived?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi.
Yeah, so far, like, what we got from the story is that, like, we woke up in this Ebon Hawk freighter, which was pretty much the main ship of the first game, and it suffered like a terrible bell, but we originally came from a Republic freighter, which was the Harbinger, and somehow we got on the Ebon Hawk and we were still under attack. So a lot of things happened, and this droid just doesn't seem to be speaking straight away. How did they find out I was the Jedi?
Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exile
Oh,
Jedi
you
who
bastard.
served with Revan in the Mandalorian wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so,
I'm
then
not
the
sure
problem
about that.
lies with the KotOR databases, which are notoriously spotty.
Unpleasantness. That information wouldn't have been in the KotOR databases, only in Jedi archives.
Indignant exclamation. Master, I am only a protocol droid, but it is part of my function to know such information and relay it to any interested parties in the interests of terminating any potential hostiles.
Potential hostiles?
Quick clarification. Apparently my vocabulary has suffered some damage, Master. I meant terminating any potential hostilities.
I see. Go on.
Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay. One group seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this.
Like, yeah, make America again. Yeah, like, Sloppy Seconds is today. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be great. But yeah, I honestly think that like they could have like made like a spin-off game just with this HK character, because like this isn't the original one, but like once we get to that part, that's gonna be really fun, because like he has like comments for pretty much fucking everything. Then what happened?
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
Ah, such a verbose language he is using.
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
Sadly enough.
You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
Are there any left alive?
Answer. I do not know, Master. Ironically enough, any miner that fled to the dormitory level to protect themselves from the droids and the explosions would find themselves in a gas-filled death trap.
Forget them then. I need to get into the hangar bay and get off this rock. That would be for another run of this game.
It is unlikely any miners remain alive. As I said, the dormitory has been cut off from the rest of the facility, as has the hangar bay. There is no escape.
There must be another way to reach the dormitory.
Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
That's a pretty good option, but yeah. This has been like a discussion on the Smartcast as well. Like, I think like the topic was that like this is like a cool game. It's just like it doesn't really give you an advantage if you don't pick like any sides, because like if you go full light side or dark side, then you get like character specific like bonuses. Like if you're a guardian, then you will get like more strength, or if you're like a consular who uses like force powers mainly, then you will get like an advantage for that. But if you just stay in the middle, like sometimes good and sometimes bad, then you just don't get any advantages. So it's just generally better to just like go for a good side or bad side entirely.
May place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
Pointless? Yeah, well, fuck. No. I'm going to fight those miners, and you're going to help me.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master. But there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
How do I get the code?
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master. But I am afraid that it will do you no good.
I'll be the judge of that. Thank you, Jotaro. Jotaro. Goddamn.
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice printed. Musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
Voice printed.
Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only selected individuals can unlock them.
Oh yeah, like never do half measures. Some Breaking Bad references. But you do know the code.
Condescending explanation. Oh yes, Master. The code is maintenance control voice print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless. Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do, except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us.
Okay. That was a really long combo, but yeah. I think there's like very easy to like have suspicion for this like dude. Like, hey, like I think like you have something to do behind this. Let's see. With the protocol droid's help, I've finished work on the sonic imprint sensors. I've installed them in the mining droids, but I'm locking up the original here to prevent the other miners from using its ability to record and play back voices to override the droid's voice print protocols. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, if only droids could mimic human voices. I think like that would be a great idea. Especially if you could like have like some video material on them, like, to make it very convincing. Yeah, let's see the journal. Use them to open the airlock door. Hey, HK droid and recent history. We got that. We have to rescue 2, 3. Yeah, if you pick sides faster, then Rhesus will assist you faster as well.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master. How may I be of assistance? Answer. That is all that I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock.
Screams?
Recitation. Oh yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay.
Please, some with it! Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're going through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please! Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in Decibel Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life.
Alright. I wanna work. It must be like a day at Amazon or something.
Recitation. Oh, yes, Master.
Okay, I'm not listening to it again. That was great. Enough. I'll be going now. Yeah, basically, like, we can use the sonic imprint device to record some for the recording of these sound bits. So, just like a classical YTP, a YouTube poop, we can like put together the samples, so we get like a result that matches the code that we need. Because we essentially, like, we do know like what we need it to say. We just don't have the voice samples yet. Also, I'm gonna equip like energy shield. Yeah, that should help me. Oh, that's not it. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, basically, if this containment field wasn't here, then I could just walk past it, get to the Ebon Hawk, and just finish this level already. But yeah, it's gonna take a while. Oh no. Miss. Ooh. From the looks of these like droids, you would think that they are like much more powerful than what they seem to be. Kind of disappointing. Okay, I think this is the castle that we will eventually need to use. Gotta check something real quick, cause they seem to have a message for me. Oh, it's just the group private, okay. It can wait until the end of the game. So, let's check the logs.
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows they need an upgrade. The sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjusting their routine each time the mining specifications change. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. I wanted to test it first by recording and playing back some simple voice commands. Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebon Hawk freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking questions about the facility, the personnel, and so on. Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med bay. It seems to have some skills in speaking to droid behavior core, so... There's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm signing off. Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi in med bay. I thought they'd all gone away or been killed in the Jedi Civil War. The droid told me that his master's the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy. That the Jedi had served in the Mandalorian Wars almost 10 years ago. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. Maybe the Jedi knows what happened to Revan after the end of the Jedi Civil War.
Yeah.
Been too busy to enter a log for a while. There's been more and more accidents since that Jedi arrived. The miners are starting to get restless, especially KotOR. KotOR said the exchange is offering a huge bounty on Jedi Knights and that we can make a fortune if we sell the Jedi to Nar Shaddaa. Security shot down that idea pretty quick. But I don't think KotOR and his men are gonna give up that easy. I mentioned the trouble with the Jedi's protocol droid. He seemed concerned about his master's safety. I told the droid not to worry. The KotOR wouldn't...
That was a mistake.
When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebon Hawk, I installed a voice print ID on the droid console system. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter. I can't find a trace of the order anywhere. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central functions unless I give the code. The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers. I don't understand it though. These aren't combat models. They shouldn't even know how to attack. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with the mining droids just to get them all sent to maintenance, and then did something to them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility and they're using the droids to do it. But why?
Oh, I don't even know. Who could have done this? We have a protocol droid that can mimic any kind of voice. I don't know yet. Alright, so... should I put into... Space Bruce Campbell is a lot more boring than Land Bruce Campbell. I think so, yeah. That's about right. Yeah, effect mine is gonna be very useful if we want to persuade someone with the Force, and that's gonna come up quite often. So, gotta look up these computers. If the logs have anything to do with that maintenance officer. Because if it does, then I can put another sample to it. Let's see the records.
Is this thing on? Alright, all hands, especially you, KotOR. Listen up, because I'm not gonna say this again. The next one of you Juma heads to try and smuggle a blaster, or so help me, any sort of military-grade frag weapons into my facility is gonna take a long walk out the airlock. Why? Because in case you forgot, Paragian fuel explodes at high temperatures. That's what blasted that chunk out of Paragus 2 and created this asteroid field. So if I catch any of you with anything other than sonic charges or mining lasers, I'll burn you and your contract. Security out.
Like, I don't know, like, who the fuck would want to work here.
And according to one of the miners, it was because one of the sonic charges went off prematurely. And like before, it was one set by a mining droid. The three idiots were grouped so close to the charge it might as well have been a grenade going off. The blast turned their bones to dust. The blast wrecked the internal components of the droid that set the charge, though, so we can't even dissect it to see what happened. I don't like what's going on here. Ever since that Jedi showed up, things are getting worse. It's not just KotOR and his miners, or the fights. Now the droids are acting crazy. If we don't find what's causing this, or who, this facility is going to be space dust by the time the next Telos freighter arrives.
Tomorrow we're gonna snipe Smudboy and cover Pyrite Boy's essay on rape psychology after we're done with that KotOR essay you found. Oh, really? How exactly are we? Who is Pyrite Boy? Space Nixon. That's a great one, yeah.
So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I could just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
Sir, these droids aren't combat lasers. Mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to get that Jedi off the facility and stop him. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find. If those droids start coming after me, I'm gonna need more than low-grade mining lasers to take them down. Clear?
Yes, sir. Maintenance control out.
Idiot.
Space Nixon, everyone. Oh boy.
I installed an override switch to shut down any droids on this level, just in case someone locks me out of the administration console. As added insurance, I tied the override switch into the circuit to the holding cell door. It'll make sure it can only be opened if all droids in the level are shut down. I doubt KotOR or any of his men have the skill to pull off something like this, but I'm not taking any chances while we're sitting in the middle of this asteroid minefield. Whoever's responsible won't be able to have the droids rescue him after I lock him up. Nothing will cut through that door. He'll be trapped. I secured the stealth field generator inside one of the footlockers in the security storage room. If I have the specs right, the interface field should be effective against the droid's sensors. All I need to do is equip the...
No, actually, it was a Beastie Boys reference.
In order to use it.
Not Rage Against the Machine.
Shouldn't detect me. If any more droids start malfunctioning, the belt should buy me enough time to get to the override switch I set up in the communications blister console. I'd rather shut them down than destroy them.
Alright, I think that was... Now I have a complete set of maintenance office fragments, enough to splice together the code. Right, I think the only thing I have to do is get the other side quest for... Why is that? Yeah, I can like trace back like which console the treatment was issued from. Treatment was administered by facility. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I got that now. Check system ID signature. Uh-oh. Well. It seems that this was the console that... Oh boy. It has a direct camera, the KotOR tank as well.
Maintenance control, voice print ID, R1B5.
Well, it turns out this was the console that issued the treatment that killed all the other guys in the KotOR tank. So, I wonder who could have done that. I think even though I'm not having a ranged character, I'm gonna do okay. Just don't know what kind of skills I have. That's alright. Eventually in the game, like, I'm not gonna need like a ranged weapon because the Force can have enough extension for me. long range attacks. It's always confusing because like there's like 2 sections here. There's airlock here. There's another one. Yeah. It's like an extra room here. Like, why? Alright, it's time to go outside. I'm gonna save. Okay. The speed is really fast. Like I can't be sure if like they intentionally set it to be this fast or they were just like, you saw like how big this area is and like they didn't want you to walk this slow.
That's about time. I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnels. Now you're coming in clear.
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility, on the asteroid's surface. That can't be right.
I'm right outside the observation window.
Huh? What are you doing out there?
I'm just taking a relaxing walk.
You're crazy, even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get out of there, quick.
I'm trying to pick up the pace.
What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active, most likely from the explosions in the mining tunnels. They're venting Paraga's fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents, right in your path.
Can't you shut it down?
I can't. I'm locked out of the main systems here. I couldn't shut it down if I tried. The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior. And only in the last few minutes. It's almost as if... Now what now? I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking code. I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh my. Star Wars reference in my Star Wars game? Amazing. But yeah, this is the freighter that the Exile was originally on. And for some odd reason it decided to dock here now. Not suspicious at all. Yeah, this is it comes out of nowhere, and but the best part is probably like the cutscene that happens on the ship itself. So it's like maybe a bit much. Journal entry added. Strange, because I do remember that there was like one scene where you would see Scion, like one of the villains of this game, aboard the ship, but it could be because I have one of the settings that I block all the cinematics, because if they start playing then my game crashes. Great feature. But yeah. Let's carry on. The fire suppression systems have gone active, and I can't even make it to the dormitory section. I watched the turrets turn the carbonite freeze rays on Maben before he even got halfway across the room. Fortunately, the range doesn't seem to go beyond the room itself, so I was able to remain safe in the corridor, but I didn't have any ranged weapons to take them out from distance. I didn't like so many of these journals in this game. That's kind of like one of the cool parts. So you can be like read up like what these people experienced before they have met their unfortunate demise. Kind of like similar like what System Shock or Bioshock does their game, but except like it's not as obnoxious that you have to listen to like audio tapes. At least it's just like something that you can just read if you want. Oh boy, I would need a computer. That's not gonna happen. I ain't gonna make anything here. Well, that's gonna take a while. This dramatic music for basically like some cheap ass shooting range of the game. What can we loot for you? Okay, I'm gonna switch back to melee. Hey. Okay. I think I have to exploit everyone. No other equipment than this current one. Oh well. Repair, yes. Shift logs. And the dormitory emergency lockdown. Oh god, if I could do that with the current one. Okay, so can't access the comm system. Shut down the dormitory ventilation system, yeah. That's useful. East. More dead bodies. It's, everywhere you look, it's just dead bodies. I'm just gonna go left first. It died from the force. Mine, administrator. Administration office, okay. Plenty to loot. Medical officer. Alright. Oh, I don't have any skill points in there. Oh, that's fine. Ah, that's just in time. I might actually add a point to demolition so I can enter that one area. That's quite a question, like which one should I go for, like push? No, I'm gonna like have a stun droid. That's always useful. Especially in a map that's entirely consisting of droids. Almost entirely. Mind you. Right, so... Line foreman. Deadly Sonic Mine. I might not be able to plant this one. Yeah, skill too low, of course. Yeah. I don't have a chance for that. Oh, now it has a screen? I swear to God, like when I entered it didn't have a screen on. Alright. So, okay, insert the administrate hololog. Let's check what happened.
This may be the beginning of a long record. It's about an hour after the facility suffered the explosion that triggered the emergency lockdown. Just finished helping the dock officer set up the transmission relay. Not much signal strength, but it's better than nothing. The transmission gives the code to open the turbo lift when or if help arrives. The code is a simple group of 5 numbers. 3, 17, 13. Then the next 2 numbers are...
Sir, couldn't we contact the Jedi? Maybe the Jedi's awake. If so, he could help us.
No good. The link to the medical computer was severed from the hub, just like the administration console. Even if the Jedi wakes up, how would we get the dormitory turbo lift code to him? Without it, the turbo lift to the administration level is locked down.
Inventory and supplies.
We just took an inventory of our supplies. We've got enough emergency rations in the dormitories to last almost a month. But with all the problems in the facility, I don't know how long we'll last. I wish we could contact the Jedi. Maybe he could... But no, he's still floating in that damn tank. Someone's played us for fools. And since KotOR and his crew aren't locked in here with us, it's pretty clear who it was. If I ever catch up with that Mandalorian-loving son of a... At least the air scrubbers are still working, even though they're tied into the... Hey, what's happening to the ventilation system?
Oh no! Who could have guessed that this would happen? Slap, slap, slap. Well, we know what happened to them. Much trouble. It has been 2 days since the broken Jedi come to the facility. Work efficiency is down and fuel is backing up in the vents, waiting for processing. Frequency increase. I'll just give up, this guy so fast. Convince me to join. I don't want anything to do with the crime syndicate. KotOR does not care. Jedi get mad, they start big wars, cracks on fire. Dakota. Failure. Inoffensive talk with KotOR, okay. Those go far distance. KotOR got all angry in her face. The facility is going to fall apart anyway. Maybe just follow Jedi after prayers. What do I do? Take action. Entry incomplete. Let's go. For smaller, more sensible. How did Space Mexican get past our space wall? Well, you see, Uncle Joe happens to be the person who gives the orders now, so not much choice here.
Come on, if the maintenance officer comes through on the explosions, these dorms are gonna be filling up soon. And shut that damn data pad off and throw it down the refresher.
I wonder who's behind this murder. Wacky-ish.
We managed to get to the dormitories. We should be safe here. We've been trying to use the holo-transmitter to beam a transmission to the administration level to end the lockdown. But the administration console's been severed from the main hub. Everyone thinks we should try to evacuate on our own as soon as possible. But there's no way to break the dormitory seals from the inside. I'm going to keep sending distress calls in the meantime. We've been trying to find a way to circumvent the lockdown and get to our hangar bay, but so far, no luck.
It kind of fucked, like, if it wasn't for this main character, you couldn't have access to this place at all.
The situation's worse than we thought. Even if we get out of here, we can't shut down the fuel depot force fields if a fuel leak was detected. If so, the only way off this asteroid is if a ship docks with us. But the only connection to the docking platform is on the administration level, and we can't get up to the docking bay while we're trapped here. I only hope someone survived the explosion in the mining tunnels. If not, then we're stranded here. Unless our transmission reaches a passing ship, or a Telos freighter. Managed to use the holo-transmitter here as a crude relay to beam short-burst transmissions outside the Paragas facility. With any luck, the transmission will carry beyond the asteroid field. We've set the emergency transmission on automatic playback. We're using a simple military flash code to transmit the code to the turbolift, so maybe our rescuers can get down to the dormitory when they reach the station. Without those turbolift codes, our rescuers wouldn't be able to get here from the administration level. And without those codes, we wouldn't be able to get to the administration level if we found a way out on our own. The messages are short distress calls only, since we can't get much signal strength. It's pretty weak, so unless a ship is actively searching the area, it might be a long time before a ship picks up the message. After all, who would be scouring frequencies way out here looking for trouble?
It's kind of like a story resembles like something that we have seen in a game like System Shock, except it's a much more dire delivery. Like everything is turning against them. Artificial intelligence taking over. It's kind of like the same scenario, except like...
The transmission gives the code to open the turbolift when or if help arrives. Code is a simple group of 5 numbers.
Yeah, we got that right. Some shooting time will begin now. If there would be one aspect of this game that I would change, it would probably be the combat, because it's not that it's like bad, but it's very repetitive, and I'm not big of a fan of these Dungeon and Dragons systems, so it's just like I don't feel like it's too active, especially like when you're used to like what kind of outcomes you're gonna get if you just slide behind the attack. Like I'm just gonna try it. Like no, it's gonna attack. No, okay, it's ranged attack. But yeah, if it was a melee attack, I could just like back off, like do back and forth, and it's going to end up that I'm gonna win all the time. Finally. Right. So many energy shields. Barely does any damage. As expected though. Got a lecture about security and oh yeah, there's a hidden stash somewhere on this level, but it's not really worth the hassle. Looting all these chemicals. Rebreather. Yeah, it would have been useful if I never shut down the gas leak, but given how it turned out, like there's no reason to use that item anymore, except if I would come by another place with this poison. Corpse. Corpse. Oh, it's KotOR. Oh. Another holotape. Unarmed combat, that's not something I'm gonna do. Alright. Gonna play that one holotape, and I don't think I'm gonna return to this dormitory ever again. Yeah. Cert minor hololog. Decode encryption. Success! Alright.
What did you want to talk to me about? I have to suit up and drill the 3219K asteroid claim within the hour, so talk quick.
I heard you had plans for the Jedi. About selling him to the exchange.
Yeah, but security already set their piece on that, didn't they? Nobody's getting sold to anyone.
Are they? I've seen the logs you've been accessing. Maybe the two of us could work something out.
It doesn't matter what we work out. We wouldn't make one hyperspace jump before what's left of the Republic was on us.
If you have a way off this station, I can cover our tracks, and ensure the Republic is not alerted to our presence.
Well, I may know someone. Works this system on special jobs. He may want to know details, but I might be able to arrange transport.
I've seen the logs. I know you've already asked him and given the details. Once he agrees, I can handle the rest.
Handle the rest? Like how?
When the time comes, I'll contact you via comlink. Maintenance out.
Since when did the maintenance officer grow some horns?
Yeah, suspicious message about that thing that just happened. Is it here, like the stash? I'm gonna give up. It's not necessary for us. But yeah, a Jedi that focuses solely on unarmed combat could be really interesting. I agree with that. It would definitely be interesting. Actually, one of the unfortunate things in this game is that you can't really do unarmed builds, because unarmed combat, for some reason, it only uses one of the hands here. Basically, you can have like some damage fall off if you use 2 weapons at once, and unarmed is just restricted to like 1. That doesn't make much sense, since you can kick and punch and like flip all kinds of shit. So would have been much better.
Out of the dormitory section before the lockdown, you murglak. You're cutting a little close, aren't you?
Yes, a regrettable miscalculation on my part. I'm contacting you because I'm picking up a subspace transmission from within that level. Is that your doing?
No, they must be trying to use the old relay system to send an emergency signal. I doubt they know what's really going on.
Hey, this turbo lift's locked down.
Try the code again, and don't worry about the miners and their transmission. By the time help arrives, we'll be all the way to Nar Shaddaa.
Oh, they won't be leaving the dormitories. The explosion within the tunnel has damaged the ventilation systems, causing breaches in the core exhaust conduits.
What? That's going to kill them all!
Not all of them, but I'm sending a number of mining droids to your location right now to correct that problem.
This turbo lift's locked down. The sequence isn't working.
Keep trying it! You! Why are you doing this? Why me?
You. It was never about you. The Jedi is all that interests me. But then you had to ruin everything by revealing his identity, and then trying to harm him. And that I cannot allow.
Statement. You are a risk, KotOR. You are impulsive, crude, and soon, deceased.
Oh yeah, the Mace Windu scene from the 2D Clone Wars. That's kind of like why 2D was more superior than the 3D version.
KotOR, are you dead yet? Smug statement. I believe I forgot to mention that I reversed the turbolift codes, in case you managed to get this far.
So yeah, the Psycho Droid is actually behind everything that just happened here. Enter code manually. I think I'm gonna go back and look at the journal because I haven't memorized it myself. But yeah, basically HK 50 or 51 messed up this thing, so we have to find out like what's the logic in this code. So the administration officer said that like the 3 dots is a dot means 1, since 3 is 3 dots, and that's 17 and that's 13. Wow, just from that I would, that's 2 dots, yeah. 15, 10, that X is 5. So that would mean that it's 5 and 7. So 7, 5, 13, 17, 3 is what I have to input. Ah, fuck. Okay, so 7, 5, 13, 17, and 3. Good. Oh, the animation plays perfectly. Yeah, I agree. Grievous was way better in 2D than 3D. That was 3D version didn't make much sense because he's already coughing. Like he is on the brink of death. I feel like the scene with Mace and Grievous made a lot more sense.
I have felt a disturbance. Our enemy is here. We must leave at once.
Then let's go. Enemy?
The one that fired upon the Ebon Hawk as we attempted to rescue you. And he will not let us go without blood being shed.
So if he's willing to bleed a little, it's more entertainment for me. Okay.
We need to make our way to the docking area on this level. I fear the airlock has already opened, and if so, we must be on our guard. If we cannot reach the Ebon Hawk, then we must find a way to escape on the ship that is docked here.
Alright. I think I'm gonna save here and stop the stream here. I would like to thank you everyone for tuning in to this stream, and I will definitely continue this some other time. Which time I will decide later, but yeah, for now that's all that's gonna be. So thank you everyone for coming, and have a nice evening.